Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my panels. Today I'm going to present you all my final year project 2. The title is Online Monitoring Attendance System Using Fingerprint Scanner. I am Aiman Hamid bin Zahari and my supervisor is Associate Professor Zunara bin Haji Murad. The content in this video is overview, problem statement, objective, methodology, result and discussion, and lastly, acknowledgement. Problem statement: lack and have many weaknesses on existing attendance system. Existing attendance not authenticated and not secure. The objective: to build the prototype attendance system using microcontroller, to develop the software application to monitor the attendance, and lastly, to analyze the effectiveness of attendance system using Wi-Fi network. Scope of work: there are two parts here, software and hardware. The software, first Arduino IDE and second XAMPP. For the hardware, first no MCU, second fingerprint sensor module, and the last one I2C OLED display. Methodology: there are three parts here in methodology. First one is flowcharts, second one is hardware, and the third one is software. The main flow chart: first, start and initialize, check the connection of Wi-Fi. If yes, display the Wi-Fi. If no, check the connection of IP address for the Wi-Fi connection. Get the ID from the web page. Student scan their finger, send the ID data to the web page, and display the data on the I2C OLED. In this flow, it also can be added the new fingerprint. If yes, it will repeat it, enroll the finger, send the data to the web page, and display the data. In this flowchart also can be deleted the current fingerprint, delete the data template, and end. Flowchart of the web page. First one, start. There are three selections here. First, student list. Second, student slot. Third, manage student. For the student list, it will show a list of students. For the student log, there are two selections. First one is show daily log of the student, and the second one is export data to the Excel. For the manage student, there are three selections here. First one, add the student ID information. The second one, update the student ID, and the last one, delete the student ID. This is graphical user interface GUI. As we can see here, there are three selections here. First, students. Second, students log, and third, manage students. First one, student. It will show the student list registered in the web page. The second selection is students log. It will show the student logs daily and export to the Excel. The last one, manage student. It will show add student ID information, update the student, and remove the student. The flow of the fingerprint scanner. First, start, then initialize. The student need to scan their finger. The fingerprint will get ID information. If yes, if the ID is matched, time in or time out will be recorded. If no, null for their attendance. Block diagram and hardware. Note MCU ESP8266 as the microcontroller, fingerprint sensor as the input, I2C OLED as the display output. The ESP8266 will send the data via Wi-Fi connection to the database, and it will show to the web page or the PHP page. Result and discussion. As we can see on the serial monitor of the fingerprint, the ID is being added to the database. There are also the login of the student and the logout of the student. As also we can see here, the I2C display the Wi-Fi connection, and also it display the fingerprint. And now we go to the web page. The web page named Student Attendance System. There are three selections here: students, student slot, and manage student. For the students, it here show all the list of the student that already being added or registered. In the table, we can see the name, student number, gender, finger ID, date, and the time. Now, we go to another selection, students log. In this section, there are two buttons here. First one, select date, and second one, export to Excel. The user need to select date first. For instance, in this result, the date selected is 7 December 2020. It all show all the student name, student number, student print ID, date, time in and time out. For the Excel, it also show the ID, the name, student name, fingerprint ID, date log, time in and time out. The conclusion. The objectives to build the prototype attendance using microcontroller, to develop the software application to monitor the attendance, to analyze the effectiveness of attendance system using Wi-Fi network been achieved. The system able to register fingerprint and take time in and time out. Acknowledgement. I express my greatest gratitude to my supervisor, Associate Professor Zunairah Binti Haji Murad. I extend my thanks to our panel. I'm grateful to my family for their support and understanding. I am grateful to my fellow friends because of their help.